Aged beef burgers today. Really awesome. So glad you could join me. Happy Saturday morning, weekend. Everybody's waiting for the weekend, right? So today, I'm going to show you how to incorporate dry aged beef into your burgers and make a phenomenal burger. It'll be the best burger you ever had.
Dry aged beef pellicle.
That's right. Using dry aged beef. See, Lynn is in the know. We are using dry aged beef pellicle. So for those who don't know, pellicle is the crust that forms on the outside of dried beef when you dry age ribeyes or New York strips or whatever. And we don't throw that away. We cut it off. I tend to collect it in my freezer until I have enough to grind a lot. And today we're doing a 35-day prime pellicle from February. So it's good. So the pellicle holds a lot of the dry aged flavor, so does the fat that's involved. I did separate the big pieces of fat to make tallow. That's not what we're doing today. So what I'm going to do, I do have to get my other grinding disc because we're going to do a double grind. So I am going to grind the pellicle fine. Then I'm going to switch out to a medium disc, and then I'm going to grind everything together because it just helps mix it up. You could certainly mix it by hand if you want. It's totally up to you. I have this amazing ground beef, 80/20, from 44 farms in Texas. In fact, the ribeye that I have in my SteakAger right now is from 44 farms, boneless ribeye, stunning, beautiful, small producer, not commodity beef. It's really phenomenal. So I've got 3 pounds of the 44 farms ground beef, and I've got 2 pounds of pellicle. So I'm going to mix it all together, make a dry-aged ground beef blend, and then I will make some burgers. The rest I'm probably just going to vacuum seal and freeze, and it's okay to refreeze. I know we've got the pellicle that's already been frozen, but it's totally fine. And then I'll use it maybe for a meatloaf or dry-aged beef bolognese or tacos, old school tacos. So Lynn loves tacos. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get right to it. I got my awesome lamb big bite number 8 here. Does an unbelievable job at grinding. I'm going to put it all in my hopper. And I tend to have a kind of an oversized container when I do grind because that just makes mixing much easier. So in we go. Hopefully it won't be too loud. The lamb is actually really quiet. And I'm just going to start getting to it. So this is semi-frozen. I let it defrost a little bit. And that's exactly how you want it. Some of this has got some nice fat on it, even some nice meat. And you can see the color is not red because it is dark from the dry aging process. Which is totally okay. I don't feel the need to ever reconstitute it with liquid or anything. Some people do, but if you do it on a fine grind and double grind it, you'll be fine.
It's a lot easier than doing the water method.
Yeah. All right.
We have Arturo out there. He said, wave.
What's up, Arturo? All right, there we go. So we've got our ground pellicle. And let me tell you, it smells amazing. That dry aged flavor. All right, I'm going to shut this off, and I'm going to put in the medium because we don't want to necessarily grind the beef super fine for our burgers. We like it with a little bit of texture. So this is all sinew. Which is another great thing about using a good grinder. It just collects around the thing. I'm going to throw it away.
And my response in my head was, ew.
Sinew.
Ew. And if anybody has any questions, I'll read them to Eric if you just type them out.
All right, put my blade back in, putting in the medium disc. feel for that bump. There it is.
So I know you're using product that you just happen to have in the house, and you're like, and I want burgers today, so you're like,
Yep.
hey, how about I make some dry aged burgers with the stuff I have? If you were to go with your ideal mix,
Oh, I've used brisket, short rib, chuck. I even used oxtail once, and then I found out real quick why they don't sell boneless oxtail meat, because it is a real pain getting that stuff off the bone. All right, so I'm just cutting up my disc open. Look at this. This is fantastic. Love it. It's not too fine of a grind, so I'm good. I'm doing the coarse blade. I'm gonna put this. I'll put it right in here. Like so. One. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it into quarters, because that makes it easier to feed in to the machine.
Bill Deal said, "Good morning, Lynn and Eric. What time is lunch?"
Good morning, Bill. Lunch.
Are we doing burgers for lunch or dinner?
Well, we're doing burgers for dinner, probably.
So, Bill, you have time to get in your car and drive here before dinner.
Where does Bill live again?
Chicago area?
Oh yeah. Stop by, pick up my friend Phil Wingo. He'll be happy to come.
And Ben Levine said he's done this before. Definitely the best ingredient to add to a burger blend.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, again, I'm just cutting this down. I could
Oops, I'm not even
just
watching you.
mold it with my hands. Not a problem. It's not that serious. Nice. One more.
So is there anything else in terms of just, is it this simple?
It's really this simple. So, you know, it gets a little more complicated if you're going to add different, different meats to it or whatever. But today, we're going simple.
And Keith Brochu says, hello, my friends. Burgers yum. Cheeseburgers are his favorite.
Oh, yeah. We're doing cheddar burgers today, Keith.
So, Keith, you should have stopped by when you were in town.
Yeah.
We could have fed you. And Dave La Garcia, good morning.
Hello, Dave. Another Floridian, I think. All right. So, yeah, I can just actually form it like this, and it'll fit down the tube. So, not a big deal. All right. So, now the key is getting a nice blend. So I'm going to feed in some beef, I'm going to feed in some pellicle, and do it that way. And it'll all come out homogenized on the other end, we hope.
And can you do this all by hand?
You sure can. You could have just taken this beef and thrown it together with this by hand. But, I got the grinder out already. I got it dirty already. So I might as well. Now, if you don't have this 44 Farm stuff, which is great, listen, we end up, if you dry age a couple of dry ages, you have a freezer full of beef, dry aged. You could mix this with dry aged, or you can save some, buy a Subprimal and cut it into steaks and use it for grind. It's completely up to you. All right, here we go. And I am probably going to mix this a little bit once it's all pushed through. So I got beef in there, I'm putting the pellicle in there. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. Unless I mix it as I shove it in.
Okay, you can actually start seeing the pellicle coming through.
Yeah, so it's mixing. You can see a little bit of pink color now in that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I just did. I'm going to put a little beef, a little pellicle, a little beef, a little pellicle, and then push it through. And that'll mix it up nice. It's beautiful. So now you're going to change your percentages as, depending on how, prevalent the dry aged flavor, and depending on your personal flavor profile. you know, if you've got some and you don't want too much of a dry age flavor, then you cut back on the amount of pellicle. That's simple. I like this method. One for one. And I can see the pellicles nice and fine, which is exactly what we wanted. Almost done. I can't wait. Now I guess we're gonna have to go live when we cook these burgers.
We can do that. Are you gonna use your new grill?
Yeah, probably. Gonna go over open fire. I can just set up a little fire. It's one of the beautiful things about the Rectech Wild Side. You don't have to use the whole surface, you can just do a little bit. Nice. Almost done. Beautiful thing.
I'm coming close on the.
Come on in. See my blending technique up at the chute. See? Watch this.
Alright, give me a second. Oops, sorry guys. My thumb got the screen.
Alright.
So.
So basically what I'm doing is a little bit of beef, pellicle, beef, pellicle, beef, pellicle, beef, just until it's loaded, and then reaming it through. And watch what comes out. Woo! Beauty. I'm almost done. And I only have a little bit of beef and a little bit of pellicle, so it looks pretty even to me. Will be the last plunge. All right, there we go, guys.
Are you going to make burgers on
I am.
live? Okay. So not just the grind, but the actual burger. So.
Right.
So how do you get the perfect round burger?
I'll show you. All right. So there we've got our burger blend. Looks fantastic. And let's see what we've got on the auger. All right, so not much on there. Oh, let's see. Pull it through. All right. So we've got a little bit on there. It's usually some, like I said, some connective tissue or sticky bits. I have no problem throwing that piece away. And that's it. Good job, Lamb. We'll wash my hands. All right. So, how do I get my burgers? Depends on how big you want them. I am going to go in and just give this a nice final, but I don't want to really compress it too much. This looks great. Beautiful.
And we have Ethan with us.
Hey, Efren. Good morning. Is it still morning?
Ethan just came back with it. I need a better grinder. So.
Or you need a friend who has one?
You can borrow ours.
That's right. Me grinder and Sue grinder. All right, so here's what we've got. I got a little tray with some parchment paper. I also did take a piece of the parchment paper and cut some squares. You know, you can buy these, but you know, I didn't have any, so here's what I've got.
Easy enough to cut them.
I've got these cutters. Come in all sorts of different sizes. And we're going to figure out what size burger do I want. How many ounces? 5 ounce? 6 ounce?
go with 5 ounce.
Yeah, we're gonna go with 5 ounce. So I'm gonna measure the first one, get a little bit of an idea what it looks like. All right, so let's see. That's 5 1/4 ounces. Sound good?
Perfect.
5 1/4. That's what we're going. So again, I don't want to compact it too much. Now I want to choose the appropriate size for 5 ounces. So now this is where you get the thickness of your burger. So I'm thinking that one looks beautiful.
I'm coming close. Okay.
Yep. So just going to pack it in. And then I'll take a look, and if I want to change it, you know, like if it's you know, too thick or whatever, we can always go to the wider one. So here you go, nice round burger. I can just compress it down a little bit like that, and I think that's a nice looking burger.
That's
What
a
do you
lot
think?
easier than however I've ever made them.
Put a little dimple in the center.
Why the dimple?
Well, just because that will help once it cooks. It'll give it a place to expand. So
Interesting.
for continuity, I'm going to continue to use the scale. Why not? Five 1/4. A little bigger, 5 1/2. Put it into a ball. Put it into my mold.
Does it matter if they're not all equal?
Yeah, just you want them, if you're cooking for, you know, a bunch of them, you want them to all cook at the same time, so. And, you know, they all look, they look pretty too. Pick it up, flatten it down a little bit. Put my little dimple in there. Gorgeous.
So what else?
5 1/4. That's pretty much it. So that's what I'm doing here. I'll make 6 burgers maybe, and see what I got left, and then we will, like I said, I'll freeze it, vacuum seal it for later use. And we'll be back later tonight when we do the live cooking of these great burgers. We're doing some cheddar burgers. I don't think, do we have bacon? I'm sure we have bacon somewhere. So maybe we'll do bacon cheddar burgers.
Do we have bacon onion jam?
We have bacon onion jam. That's what we're going to do.
Yes.
So anyway, thanks guys joining in for this little impromptu video. And be well, eat well, be kind. I'll see you on the next Grateful Chef video, which will be tonight. Peace.